Have you ever noticed how some distinguished gentlemen seem to effortlessly attract attention from younger women, while others struggle to make meaningful connections? Well, my friends, today we're going to explore something that many of you have been curious about but might have felt uncomfortable asking. I'm talking about those natural qualities that make mature men truly attractive, especially in age-gap relationships. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to SolidSeniors yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. If you find this content valuable, type "solid" in the comments below. It helps us know which topics resonate most with our community. You know, I recently received a message from Robert, one of our viewers who's 65. He wrote, "I've been single for 3 years now, and while I notice younger women sometimes showing interest, I'm never quite sure if I'm reading the signals right, or if I have what it takes to attract someone younger." Well, Robert, this video is for you and for all our mature viewers who want to understand what makes them naturally attractive to younger partners. Now, let's be clear, we're not talking about trying to be someone you're not, or about using manipulation tactics. Instead, we're focusing on authentic qualities that naturally develop with age and experience, qualities that many younger women find genuinely attractive in mature men. These are characteristics you might already possess without even realizing it. Let's start with the first clear sign that you're an attractive older man: emotional stability and self-assurance. This isn't about being perfect or never having doubts. It's about having weathered life storms and emerged with a sense of inner calm that younger men often haven't developed yet. When you can maintain your composure during challenging situations, when you don't get rattled by small setbacks, and when you approach life's problems with a measured response, that's incredibly attractive. Think about it, while younger men might react dramatically to workplace drama or family conflicts, you've seen enough of life to know that most problems are temporary. This kind of emotional maturity is like a beacon of stability for younger women who might be tired of dealing with the emotional roller coasters they've experienced with partners their age. The second sign is something I like to call refined authenticity. This is when you've reached that wonderful stage in life where you're completely comfortable in your own skin. You don't feel the need to follow trends or pretend to be interested in things just to impress others. You know who you are, what you like, and you're not afraid to show it. Maybe you prefer classical music over whatever's trending on the radio, or perhaps you enjoy spending Sunday afternoons at art galleries instead of sports bars. Whatever your genuine interests are, when you pursue them without apology or pretense, it creates a magnetic authenticity that younger women find fascinating. They're drawn to men who have developed their own tastes and aren't afraid to be different from the crowd. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates this. One of our regular viewers, James, who's 68, told me how he used to try hiding his passion for bird watching, thinking it might seem too old-fashioned. But when he finally embraced it and started sharing his knowledge about local wildlife on his dating profile, he was surprised by how many younger women were intrigued by his expertise and genuine enthusiasm. Now, as we transition into our third sign, I want you to remember something important. These qualities we're discussing aren't about changing who you are, they're about recognizing and appreciating the valuable traits you've developed through years of life experience. This next characteristic is particularly interesting because it's something that often comes naturally with age, yet many men don't realize how attractive it can be. The third sign that makes you naturally attractive as an older man is what I call cultivated presence. This goes beyond just how you carry yourself, it's about the way you make others feel when they're in your company. You see, after decades of life experience, you've likely developed an ability to truly listen and engage in meaningful conversations, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Think about how you interact with others. Do you find yourself naturally asking thoughtful questions? Do you listen with genuine interest rather than trying to impress? That's cultivated presence, and it's something that younger women often find remarkably attractive. In a world of rushed conversations and superficial interactions, your ability to create genuine connections through meaningful dialogue stands out. I remember talking to Margaret, a woman in her early 40s. She shared something fascinating about her attraction to older men. She said, "When I'm talking with a mature man, I feel truly heard. He's not constantly checking his phone or trying to steer the conversation back to himself. That kind of undivided attention is rare these days, and it's incredibly attractive. This leads us perfectly to our fourth sign, refined social intelligence. This isn't about being the life of the party or knowing all the latest social trends. Instead, it's about understanding the subtle nuances of human interaction that only come with years of experience. You know how to read a room, gauge people's comfort levels, and navigate delicate social situations with grace. For example, you probably know exactly when to lighten a tense moment with appropriate humor, or when someone needs quiet support rather than advice. You've learned how to disagree without being disagreeable, and how to handle conflict with dignity. These social skills have been refined over decades, and they're particularly appealing to younger women who appreciate a man who can handle various social situations with ease. Let me share a real-world example that illustrates this perfectly. David, a 72-year-old viewer from Colorado, told me about a dinner party he attended where a heated political discussion broke out. While younger guests became visibly agitated, David smoothly redirected the conversation to common ground, diffusing the tension without making anyone feel dismissed. His date later told him that watching him handle that situation with such diplomatic skill was incredibly attractive. Now, here's something crucial to understand about social intelligence: it's not about being manipulative or playing games. It's about having the wisdom to create comfortable, positive interactions for everyone involved. You've learned through experience that the best social encounters leave everyone feeling valued and respected. This refined social intelligence often shows up in the way you handle disagreements too. Instead of getting defensive or trying to prove you're right, you've learned to appreciate different perspectives. This ability to engage in mature, respectful dialogue, even when viewpoints differ, is particularly attractive to younger women who might be tired of dealing with ego-driven arguments. But let's talk about something that might surprise you. The fifth sign that makes you an attractive older man is actually your relationship with time. This isn't about how many years you've lived, it's about how you view and use your time now. You've reached a stage in life where you understand the value of time in a way that younger men simply haven't grasped yet. This manifests in several attractive ways. First, there's your ability to be present in the moment. While younger people often feel rushed, always chasing the next thing, you've learned to appreciate the now. Whether it's enjoying a quiet cup of coffee in the morning or having an unhurried conversation over dinner, you know how to slow down and savor life's moments. Then there's your relationship with planning and commitment. When you make plans, you follow through. When you say you'll call, you do. This reliability isn't about being rigid, it's about respecting both your time and others. You've learned that time is precious, and you use it intentionally. I recently received a letter from Susan, a 45-year-old woman who's dating a man in his 70s. She wrote, "What attracted me most was how he made time for what matters. He's busy and successful, but he's never too busy to keep his commitments or to make time for meaningful connections." That kind of intentional living is rare and incredibly attractive. This mature relationship with time extends to how you view the future too. While younger men might be frantically climbing career ladders or chasing status symbols, you've likely reached a place where you can focus on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. This freedom from time-based pressure creates a kind of relaxed confidence that many younger women find very appealing. But here's something important to remember: this attractive quality isn't about having all the time in the world or being completely free from responsibilities. It's about how you choose to use whatever time you have. It's about being intentional with your moments and understanding that real connections and experiences are worth more than rushed encounters. I want to share a particularly touching story that demonstrates this. Michael, one of our viewers who's 75, told me about his approach to dating at his age. He said, "I don't waste time playing games or trying to be something I'm not. When I meet someone interesting, I'm clear about my interest and intentions. Life has taught me that honest connections are too valuable to risk losing through uncertainty or pride." This kind of clarity and intentionality is refreshing in today's dating world, where ambiguity and mixed signals often create unnecessary confusion and anxiety. Your mature approach to time and relationships can offer a welcome alternative to the often chaotic dating experiences younger women might be used to. Now, let's talk about how these 5 signs work together to create something truly special. You see, when you combine emotional stability, refined authenticity, cultivated presence, social intelligence, and your mature relationship with time, you create an attractive energy that's uniquely powerful. It's not about trying to compete with younger men or pretending to be something you're not, it's about embracing the sophisticated gentleman you've become. But there's something else I want to address, something that many of our viewers worry about but rarely discuss openly. You might be thinking, but what about my age-related insecurities? What about the physical changes that come with getting older? Here's the truth that might surprise you: many younger women are far less concerned about these things than you might imagine. Let me share a fascinating conversation I had with Rachel, a 38-year-old professional who exclusively dates men over 60. She told me, what some men see as flaws, silver hair, laugh lines, or a slightly slower pace, I see as signs of a life well lived. These aren't imperfections, they're marks of experience that make a man more interesting and attractive. This brings up an important point about confidence. True confidence isn't about denying your age or trying to compete with younger men. It's about understanding that your age brings unique advantages that can't be replicated by youth alone. When you fully embrace this truth, it shows in your demeanor, your conversations, and your interactions with others. Think about the wealth of experiences you've accumulated. Every relationship you've had, every challenge you've overcome, every success and failure you've experienced, these have all contributed to making you who you are today. This rich tapestry of life experience is something that younger men simply cannot match, no matter how successful or attractive they might be. I remember a conversation with Thomas, a 70-year-old viewer who found love with a woman 25 years his junior. He shared something profound: I used to worry about our age difference until I realized that what attracted her to me was precisely the perspective and wisdom that came with those years. She doesn't want me to act younger, she values me for the mature man I am. This leads me to an essential truth about age gap relationships: they work best when both partners bring their authentic selves to the relationship. You don't need to try to keep up with the latest trends or pretend to have the energy of a 30-year-old. What matters is being genuine, present, and confident in what you have to offer. Let's talk about how to put this knowledge into practice. First, focus on showcasing these attractive qualities naturally in your daily interactions. When you meet someone interesting, engage them with your full attention. Share stories from your life experiences when they're relevant to the conversation. Let your emotional stability shine through in how you handle both good times and challenges. Remember, you're not just offering a romantic connection, you're offering a different perspective on life, a steady hand during difficult times, and the kind of deep, meaningful relationship that comes from years of understanding human nature. These are incredibly valuable qualities in today's fast-paced, often superficial dating world. But here's something crucial to keep in mind: while these qualities make you attractive to younger women, it's important to approach any age gap relationship with respect and awareness. Every person, regardless of age, deserves to be valued for who they are, not just for what they represent. The most successful age gap relationships are built on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine connection. I want to share one final story that beautifully illustrates this point. William, an 82-year-old viewer, wrote to me about his relationship with a 55-year-old woman. He said, "What makes our relationship work isn't just the attraction, it's the mutual appreciation we have for each other's perspectives. She keeps me connected to new ways of thinking, and I offer her the benefit of my life experience. Together, we create a balance that enriches both our lives." As we wrap up this discussion, I want you to remember something important: being an attractive older man isn't about trying to be someone you're not. It's about recognizing and embracing the valuable qualities you've developed over your lifetime. These 5 signs we've discussed: emotional stability, refined authenticity, cultivated presence, social intelligence, and your mature relationship with time, these are your natural advantages. What stood out to you the most from today's discussion? Which of these signs do you recognize in yourself? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Share your story in the comments below. Your insight might help another viewer recognize their own attractive qualities. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from this message. Your support helps us continue creating content that matters to our community. Remember to type "solid" in the comments if this resonated with you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, your age isn't a limitation, it's a qualification that makes you uniquely attractive in ways that younger men simply can't match. Here's to embracing your distinguished charm and the wonderful connections it can bring into your life. Until next time, stay solid, stay confident, and keep being the remarkable gentleman you are.